The San Francisco 49ers are going back to the playoffs and are being led by the most unexpected but efficient rookie quarterback in Brock Purdy. The 49ers are on an 8-game winning streak, and half of those are thanks to their third-string quarterback, Brock Purdy. Yep, you heard us right. Purdy was third in the depth chart that included the third overall draft pick by the 49ers in the 2021 NFL Draft in Trey Lance, and the man who used to back up Tom Brady in New England and was the 49ers quarterback in Super Bowl 54 in Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, no one in the NFL sphere gave Purdy a chance to help his team cross the finish line, let alone clinch the NFC West division. A division that includes the defending Super Bowl champions Los Angeles Rams, the Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins-led offense of the Arizona Cardinals, and the surprise package this season of the Seattle Seahawks with their Pro Bowl-bound quarterback Geno Smith. Now, needless to say, the NFC West is a tough division to clinch, and the 49ers did it thanks to the stellar play of Brock Purdy and their supporting cast. But just how good was Purdy during that run of games? Brock Purdy's first full outing came in Week 13 at home to a strong Miami Dolphins team that knows how to put points on the board thanks to their quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, and his superior wide receivers in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Now, if the 49ers wanted to win this game, they knew they had to put points on the board. It was a slow start to the 49ers, who trailed early by 7 points, but Brock Purdy pulled his team back in the lead with a 3-yard touchdown pass to Kyle Juszczyk. And when the game was tied in the second quarter at 10 apiece, Purdy once again found some magical form and threw it to Christian McCaffrey, who scored another 3-yard touchdown. Now, although those 2 touchdown passes allowed the team to rally behind their third-string quarterback, they weren't the deciding factors. But it did inspire Dre Greenlaw, a special teams player, to return a 23-yard fumble for the score and seal the win for the 49ers and Brock Purdy's first start. Now, Purdy's stats in the game were surprisingly pretty good. Purdy threw the ball 37 times for a pass completion percentage of 67.57%. He threw for 210 yards, scoring 2 touchdowns and having only 1 interception. Now, that interception statistic is key and says a lot about who Purdy really is. He is a player who overcame the pressures and nerves to have a decent game and, most importantly, win. But would his decent form continue? Well, to an extent, it did. In Week 14, again at home, this time to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Purdy had the game of his life. He scored at the beginning of the second quarter with a 2-yard rush for his first ever rushing touchdown, and later in that quarter threw the ball to Christian McCaffrey, who scored a 27-yard touchdown. The scoring did not end there in the half when Purdy again found the end zone, but this time it was a 32-yard pass to Brandon Ayuk. It was a 28-0 at half for the 49ers, and all with a third-string quarterback who was playing in his second full start. Purdy's stats for the game are incredibly impressive. He had a pass completion percentage of 76.19% with 3 total touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Purdy managed the game so well against a team that has a stingy defense and managed to put up so many points. But Brock Purdy's real test would come the following week away to the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks were the only real threat to San Francisco in the standings. If the 49ers were to win, they would clinch a playoff spot. It was Week 15 on a Thursday night, and under the bright lights, Purdy shined. He helped his team jump to a 21-6 lead with only 1 quarter left to play. And again, it was Purdy's arm who found George Kittle not once, but twice in the end zone for a 28-yard pass, and then again for a 54-yarder. It was a veteran performance from someone who had very little expectations of playing this year. Purdy had a pass completion percentage of 65.38%, threw the ball 27 times, scoring 2 touchdowns, and again, 0 interceptions. Now, that is 2 games in a row that the rookie didn't give up the ball to the opposition, and more importantly, kept the winning streak alive. And so the following week was against the Washington Commanders. And it was a quiet first half for the rookie, but he came to life in the third quarter when he threw 2 touchdown passes again to George Kittle. One went for 34 yards and the other for 33. It was a strange game for Purdy, who knew he had to keep moving the ball down the field. And as a result, he threw for the most yardage of his early NFL career. He's starting quarterback. In the games that he started, he had 8 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions, and threw the ball for 846 yards and had a pass completion percentage of 69.33%. Now that is more than Zach Wilson of the New York Jets, 54.5%, Ryan Tannehill of the Tennessee Titans, 65.2%, Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, 64.9%, and Tom Brady of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 66%. Now granted, it is a small sample size, but Brock Purdy is trending upward, and his stock is rising. But just where did this quarterback all of a sudden come from? Well, the 49ers selected Brock Purdy as the final pick of the entire 2022 NFL Draft, which made him Mr. Irrelevant of that year. He went to Iowa State, which is in the Big 12 Conference, and had relatively decent numbers. In his senior year, he threw the ball 407 times and had a pass completion percentage of 71.7%. He threw the ball for 3,188 yards, scoring 19 touchdowns and having 8 interceptions. So not the most glamorous of stats, but fairly decent. Now those numbers prove that Purdy could play a role in the NFL, but no one, and we mean no one, saw this quarterback as a rising star in the NFL. So who deserves the credit for his transformation? It's the coaching staff spearheaded by head coach Kyle Shanahan and his quarterback coach Brian Griese. Brian Griese is in his first season as the 49ers quarterbacks coach. He joined the 49ers after spending the previous 2 years as an analyst on ESPN's Monday Night Football. Griese has some experience in the position as he played quarterback at the University of Michigan, where he helped lead the Wolverines to an undefeated record and a share of the national championship as a senior in 1997. He was then drafted by the Denver Broncos in the 3rd round, 91st overall of the 1998 NFL Draft. As is always the case, it is a combination of great coaching and a talent's willingness to learn that opens the possibility for a star to shine on the greatest stage. Griese and Shanahan did not expect that they would have to use their 3rd-string quarterback this season, but they were prepared to give Brock Purdy the tools to succeed, or at the very least prepare Purdy for the rigors of life as an NFL quarterback. But how long can this success last? Well, it's difficult to say when the wheels will come off for the 49ers and Brock Purdy. The quarterback has yet to taste defeat as a starting quarterback, and he has teammates who are ready and willing to rally behind him. When the 49ers have powerful assets in Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and a highly ranked defense, there is no reason to think that the good fortune will suddenly vanish and disappear for good. There's the Cinderella possibility that the Purdy carriage will turn into a pumpkin during the playoffs, as no one expects him to deliver when the pressure is cranked up to a higher degree. But this is a quarterback that had come in and performed when the team desperately needed a leader on the field. Someone who can steer the ship in the right direction, and Purdy has done so by navigating the 49ers to a division title. The 49ers have an excellent coaching staff and a great roster, which is everything a quarterback with some potential wants in his arsenal. So let's face it, not every 3rd-string quarterback is going to have the chance that Brock Purdy has. He better seize this opportunity and ride the wave of success all the way to the Super Bowl. So do you think that Brock Purdy and the 49ers will reach the Super Bowl? Please let us know in the comments below, but before you go, if you still want to watch awesome NFL content like this, go ahead and watch the next video that will pop on your screen.